Welcome to today's episode of Stay Chic New York. I'm here with my beautiful friend, Samantha Guillen. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's an honor to have you.
I'm excited.
Before we get started, I just want to remind everyone that chicness is not what you wear, it's how you wear it. It's your essence, your aura, your inner glow, that je ne sais quoi. And what makes you radiant on the inside is what makes you chic. And I think that Samantha is one of my favorite people who embody New York chicness and global chicness. If you look at her socials, and everything amazing that she's doing. She's such an inspiration. And a little bit of background on how we met is we started off as TikTok friends, and then she became an instant bestie in real life. We were chatting about law school, business, style, and she is one of the very few people that I actually take and listen to style advice from. So this is my gift to the world is by interviewing her so that she can put you guys on too.
Yeah, chic is an energy. It's the way you enter a room with confidence, poise, how you feel about yourself really transcends and really shows people who you truly are.
100%. And what I admire about your style and overall aesthetic is that you always choose timeless, feminine pieces. And also, personally, as I've gotten to know you over the past 5 years, I noticed that you're always evolving, working on yourself, doing exciting new projects. And I want to take the time to ask you about your style advice, but also about what makes you chic on the inside.
Chic to me is an energy. It's a way that you carry yourself. To me, it's a level of refinement that, to be honest, I think that comes at a later age. Like me in my early 20s is so different from me now. And I think that it's not something that you wake up and you embody. It's something that you grow through and you learn from just travel, from different experiences, talking to different people and connecting with other people. So to me, it's come with a lot of wisdom.
Do you have any influences from New York or in your life that influenced your style growing up?
I don't have one woman who I kind of like emulated growing up in New York and as an adult in my adult life, but I look up to women like Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, Audrey Hepburn, Bianca Jagger. Bianca Jagger is probably my biggest inspiration because she was one of the first Latinas that I've seen in sort of like the chic fashion, and she kind of was just an icon in the 70s and hanging out with Andy Warhol. So I really loved her style.
What do you think some women misunderstand about chicness?
I think some women think that it is just one specific style when honestly you can be chic in your own way. I think that just following the chic trend, because right now I think people have this idea that chic is just a look, like a certain style, but it's really not. There's so many women who I look to and they don't portray the chic idea that people have on the internet, but they're chic in their own way.
What do you think are some pieces that women should have in their wardrobe if they automatically want to feel chic?
I think definitely a cardigan that is timeless, some Ralph Lauren pieces,
Mhm.
some maxi skirts, ballet flats. To me, heels. I'm a heels girl. I'm in heels every day.
Yes, you are. I've seen it myself.
I feel like outside of New York, you can't really do that. I lived in LA, I lived in California for 2 years, and I felt like I couldn't wear my heels. Like that is what I missed about New York the most is like the fashion here and the ability to just be yourself, and I out there I just didn't feel that.
I think that it just speaks to how you're just such a true New Yorker through and through because not very many New
Yeah.
Yorkers are out here walking around in heels.
To be fair, if I'm walking far distances, I'll bring a pair of flats in my
Okay, okay, you do the shoe swap because I have to do the shoe swap when I'm commuting to work, and when it's under 30 degrees,
Mhm.
you'll catch me in Uggs, and that may or
Oh,
may
me
not be
too.
chic.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Okay.
I'm not always, dressed to the nines in New York, especially in the winter. You know, we have this
Yeah.
idea that we're gonna dress so elegant and chic in the winter, when in reality, it's like, okay, I'm going out for a bit, Uggs and puffered coat. That's it.
Well, it's functional chic. Like, you have your commute because we're realistic on how we gotta get places because we're always going places. But once we get there, we put it together and the chicness is there. Okay, so another thing about New York is it's such a I I don't know how I feel about this, but it's kind of a masculine energy city.
It is.
What
It
do you think?
is. I mean, you always have to be on. In New York, if you're not on, you're going to be left behind. And the thing is also about New York is there's always bigger and bigger and better. And it's inspiring at the same time because I feel like I need that. You need that push.
But how do you stay looking so feminine and intact
Mhm.
with such a masculine energy, fast-paced
Yeah.
city?
Yeah, especially in both of our careers. Like I'm an AI, you're a lawyer. So we've talked about this before, how difficult it is to kind of turn off your work mind, and keep that energy soft, that soft feminine energy. For me, I just make it a point. Like I really make it a point. Like Sam. Like you need to soften yourself a bit. Self care, you have to go to the sauna, debrief, go take a walk because you can't always be on also like it's exhausting. But I find that I what I really love about New York is that the women are beautiful, intelligent, like they're honestly the full package. Like I've just yeah, that's just what I love also about New York is the people.
Yes, we really are. I think everybody's always working or doing something and looking fabulous. Like, here is a city where everyone's gorgeous and successful because it's true. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
So true.
Do you feel like there's any New York fashion trends that you think are New York only?
Wearing black.
We're always in all black.
I am always in black. I try to play with different colors. I'm just, when I go down to Miami and I bring clothes, I'm always in black. And then I look around, I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody's in neon colors or bright colors. And it just doesn't feel natural to me.
No, it feels so fun. I think this is
Yeah.
something that we instantly bonded on when I first met you is because you and I are the type of girls who are gonna go for an LBD and heels any day. Like, you're
Literally.
not gonna catch us in light
Yeah.
jeans and a crop
Yeah.
top in the West Village
Yeah.
having a drink. Like,
Yeah.
that's just not the
With
vibe.
the gold hoops, the slick back hair,
No, we're never.
blazer, Aperol spritz.
Do you have any daily practices or rituals that help you stay chic?
I would say I like to do a 10-step skincare routine in the morning. I feel like that kind of slows me down. You know what I mean? Like, in living in New York, you wake up and you're automatically like, I have so many things to do and it's so overwhelming. You have so much on the agenda. But I always make it a point to do my 10-step skincare routine and really just like do the gua sha, and I don't even know if gua sha works or not. I don't know if it actually does anything. I mean, I guess it does because it does help with draining out
I think so.
your lymphatic system. But for me, really, it's more like a massage, just like a breathe in and just relax. And then I do my whole skincare routine. I have a little breakfast, and then I'll run off maybe to a Pilates class. And yeah, I think that's how I kind of like to start my days soft, and then I get into it.
Yes, you sure do. Okay, so when you get into it,
Yeah.
this is one thing that I really admire about you, and I think that a lot of your followers probably don't know this about you, is that you went to NYU. You're a
Mhm.
smart girl, okay? You went to NYU, you're
I was a nerd
coming.
before everything. And then one day in college, I was like, wait, oh my gosh, there's power in beauty, and people notice me. And wow, I love communicating with people. So then I became a people person and really like, yeah, I'm a curious person. I'm constantly seeking information. Like, I don't know about you, I love to dive into topics and learn about different things. And for me, like, I feel like how could you ever be bored? There is so much in this world to learn, so many different languages, cultures, topics. I could get into it all day.
One of the reasons why I love being friends with you is because you are always working on yourself, empowering
Mhm.
yourself. You truly have beauty and brains. You went to NYU.
Mhm.
You're constantly studying new subjects, getting certificates, launching an AI business, which we need to talk about. But what are some things that you do to continuously drive yourself?
I think it starts from early age. I really credit my father for a lot of who I am today. He's always been obsessed with cultural things and different cultures. Like he had an obsession with the French culture, which I think that also plays in part of my chicness. Always took me skiing. He always wanted me to learn French and really, he thought French people were at the top of the refinement. But he was also he made a big deal about being educated and staying educated. And for me, before all the glitz and the glam, I was a nerd. Like growing up, I was a total nerd. I didn't like come out of my shell until college when I came to the city. And just being in New York, I think was the best thing that could happen to me. I mean, I am from New York, but from the suburbs. But the city is just a whole different animal. And you just meet people from all over the world, and you meet people who are doing incredible things, and it's never ending. I mean, we have a population of like 8-10 million people, and it's always somebody who's like doing something incredible. So I think I just get inspired by the city. I think that being in New York is so inspirational, and I'm constantly learning, constantly growing, constantly seeking new information. So I think you can never get bored that way.
The first time we hung out, we went skiing, and it was our first time meeting IRL after, like, 4 or 5 years of being phone friends, and I remember I called you at 6 AM and I was nervous because 'cause I'm not a morning person, and I was so nervous about, like, being late, but
Total night owl, by the way.
I
Like
would
I think
never would have guessed because I called you at 6 AM and you were like, "Good morning," and I'm like, "Who is this girl? She has such good energy," and I think it's just something special about you that you always have a good attitude. You're always like, "Let's go, let's try this, let's
yeah.
do this," and that's an amazing quality that I think, more people should know that you have.
I definitely don't know how I pull myself together, but I am a night person. I feel like at nighttime, I'm the most creative. I just love something about like when everybody's asleep in the city and you're like one of the only people up. And there's something so calming about that. But I try to be a morning person. I don't have it in me.
See, I never would have guessed that,
Yeah.
but that's incredible that at nighttime when everyone's sleeping, you're working. And I do want to talk about your AI firm. So, what made you want to start this?
I had always been like a digital girly. I've always been in digital marketing since a young age, since I was like 18, 19. I knew that was what I wanted to do. Well, for a time in college, I was going for finance, but I realized quickly on that was not for me. And I have a talent like in the way like I'm super adaptive and I see trends before people see them. And honestly, in the space of AI, it's like 20% women. So the majority of the people in the space are men. And I honestly saw that this is my calling because I had always wanted to get into AI since 2, 3 years ago. I just didn't know how. I have a non technical background. I don't have a computer science degree or a software engineer degree. So I'm not a developer, but there's a huge space. Like it's going to enter into any industry. For example, law, marketing. So I wanted to find the intersection between marketing and AI. So for me, that was generative AI for creative strategy. And I'm a big believer in maintaining a solid network of people. And so through just fostering these friendships and relationships, I was given the opportunity to join a team of people who were starting to develop a new AI technology for real estate agents. And I was super interested and they wanted me on board. And so from there, we have built this amazing, incredible software, and this is only the beginning. So I'm very excited to see where it goes.
I want to ask you, have you learned anything about yourself after having started this AI business?
Oh, 1000%. I used to, for the past 3 years, I've kind of played it safe. I was at Bulgari. I was working in the corporate life, and it was a fascinating job. I loved, I just loved the world of high fashion and the world of luxury. Like it just excites me so much because I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
But I think what being in the AI space has taught me is that I can do a lot of things if I just push myself. So, and I love to push myself, but I haven't pushed myself as hard as I have now that I have this AI firm. So, yeah, I've definitely learned that I can do hard things and I have to get out of my comfort zone.
Well, that's very chic. So, do
Mhm.
you think that people can use AI to be chicer?
Yes, 1,000%. I mean, like I said, it's going to enter into every industry, even the fashion industry. I just saw this amazing AI software that is being developed by, I think it was Bill Gates' daughter. And basically, what this technology is she's going to be able to find, fashion or being chic on a budget for a lot of women. Not all women can afford Chanel. Not all women can afford Fendi or Gucci, Prada, whatever. So what she's doing is she's creating this software where she'll be able to compare all similar styles for women who, want a more budget friendly but still similar look. So I thought that was really genius. So we're gonna see a lot more of that. I saw also the LVMH, whom I used to work for, they have their own AI system basically to keep on brand. So it's not out for the public, but it's within their employees and everything.
It's so cool. And I think that's something that you and I do talk about a lot is what are some alternatives for people who don't have a huge budget? And you and I are very like, we would rather wear something with no name
Mhm.
and look put together than try to just keep up with a trend.
100%. I'm so against dupes and fakes. I just feel like I would be just as confident wearing a Birkin and wearing a Zara bag. There's there's n- there's no correlation to that. I just, we love fashion. We love timeless pieces. That's what it is. That's why I love, like, I like to invest in products that I know that I'm going to wear 20 years from now and they're still going to be on trend. I hate following the trends that are coming right now, that are current. I like to be timeless, and for me, I'd rather invest X amount of money in a Chanel bag than to buy 10,000 trendy bags that are gonna be not cute in the next few years.
As a lawyer, I always want to tell people a counterfeit is not a dupe. That's a counterfeit. That's a fake. And people on
Yeah,
the internet need to stop doing that
yeah, like
because
the Walmart Birkins.
and I can understand people maybe want to try and keep up, but I think that this is part of a confidence thing that if you're
Yeah.
not confident, you can't be chic. Like you can be chic wearing something from Amazon,
Mhm.
than more chic wearing something from Amazon than wearing a fake.
Yeah, literally. I would rather wear a Zara bag before a Walmart Birkin, but that's just me. I mean, and also I think that it just like signifies like you leveled up once you get it, and that's what's so exciting about it. Like I'll never forget when I bought my first Chanel bag. Like that was such an amazing feeling, right? Because you're like, "Oh my gosh, I did it. I accomplished this." If I were to buy a fake Chanel bag, it'd be like, "Okay, doesn't feel the same."
The empowering feeling of when you buy something for yourself that you earned and whether you're treating yourself or not, but if you truly love it, there's this feeling of power and excitement when you look at it, and I have, like, a few things that I see in my closet that I'm just like, "I got that."
Yeah.
And it feels really good.
Yeah.
What are some of your best tips for anyone listening who wants to feel like their chicest self that maybe doesn't have the biggest budget to do
Mhm.
so?
I would say, I mean, people hate on Zara. I love Zara. I don't care. And I would just start with like H&M, Zara. Really just like find your own style, because I think also when you try to emulate someone else's style, look for look, it just feels very inauthentic,
Yeah.
And I think that for me, like my style is very authentic to myself. I just put on what I feel that I love. Some girls will, I'll be out and they'll be like, oh, well, I think you should wear this, or you should dress more, like trendy or whatever. And I'm like, no, like this is what I like, and that's what gives me confidence, because I feel like myself. I feel like, yeah, this is me, and unapologetically.
It's the authenticity that cultivates that inner chicness.
Correct, correct.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you some rapid fire staying chic questions.
Let's go.
What is your go-to outfit when you want to feel powerful?
When I want to feel powerful, it's a tailored blazer, probably some black pants, capris, or long, wide-legged trousers, pointed heels,
Love it.
and yeah, some nice jewelry. Like that, I feel like that just is like my power outfit.
Love it. The pointed heels are always the
They're
move.
such
Always. What's your go-to outfit when you want to feel instantly feminine?
a dress, a tight dress, heels, and my hair like in a blowout. I think there's nothing sexier than a blowout.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
a nice bouncy blow.
Yeah, like a Victoria's Secret 2000s blowout.
What's your favorite item in your closet right now?
I would say wide-legged trousers. I'm really into them these days. I just got these white ones and I'm really excited to style them.
Do you follow any fashion rules?
Any fashion rules? I definitely I hate bright colors. I hate bright colors, and I think maybe that's the New York in me, or I don't know, but yeah, I like you'll never catch me in a bright ass yellow.
What's your favorite thing about New York?
My favorite thing about New York is a fast paced environment, meeting different people. I mean, you'll never see the same person out twice. I mean, sometimes you do because it's a small world, small circle we run in, but there's so many different ecosystems. Like the circles that we run in are just like totally far removed from other circles, so you just never get bored. Yeah.
Well, my mom's best friend always used to say that it's better to look good twice in something than just wear something that doesn't look as good just to
Yes.
have a different outfit.
Yes, exactly.
Do you have any tips for someone who wants to look both powerful and feminine at the same time?
I would say a dress, but that is a bit more on the conservative side, but still holds that bit of femininity and some like nice jewelry, a nice bag. That to me is like, yeah, you still feel powerful and respectable, but at the same time very feminine.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even at work, I'm always wearing
Mhm.
dresses and skirts, once in a while pants, but I like the wide leg pants too. And it,
Yeah,
it just depends, but I think the skirts and dresses are always going to be the elegant option.
for sure.
How has New York shaped your personal aesthetic?
New York has made my style sharper, more intentional. I feel like you learn quickly here that refinement stands out over being flashy. Like there are other cities where I feel like the girls dress very flashy, the style is a lot different, but New York is just more about, everyone has their go-to style and it's all about the refinement here. I think like my wardrobe reflects that. It's clean, it's elevated basics, it's structure, and it's subtle luxury.
Yeah, New York is like the OG quiet luxury.
Yeah, like people don't understand. We've been doing that before it's even called this quiet luxury thing. So I hate being pigeonholed into that. I hate that. People are like, "Oh, your style is quiet luxury." I'm like, "No, that's just been my style forever."
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, I am quiet luxury.
Yeah, like I don't even know where this came from. I think it came from like Sophia Richie. So,
Yeah, and like love her style, obviously, but
mhm.
sometimes it is a little clean girl,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's not
I
the New York.
personally yeah, I personally don't identify her as, like, what we would think is quiet luxury New York. Like, I think her style is just, like, beiges, and, like, I like a litlittle bit more edgy. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I think she's in LA, but right, so it's kind of like a LA. Maybe that's LA. Quiet. I
Their
can't speak to
LA take.
LA. I can't speak to LA. We're
Yeah,
in New York
I
through
think
and
she
through.
rose to fame because of her wedding, and,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which was gorgeous, and, like, I could honestly spend an hour talking about how that whole
Mhm.
moment, like, made such a nice positive impact on my life, like,
Yeah.
we love Sophia Grange, but,
Hotel
uh,
du Cap is,
I spent my 34th birthday there by myself, and it was just the most beautiful day ever, and it was just
yes.
and it was kind of
Wait, I
inspired.
spent my birthday there
Oh
too.
my god, see,
Yeah.
this is why
I
we
spent my birthday there. When was it? Like a year or two ago? I don't know. I go every May. Like my birthday's coming up in like 2 weeks, but
yeah. And you told me to go to the Dior spa there. You
Yes,
were and that
isn't
was
that
one of the best
incredible?
massages of my life.
It's amazing. They now have this, they have this, like, Dior retreat, but it's, like, limited, like, to 7 people, and it's, like,
Ooh.
$50,000. I'm like, $50,000, I better come back with, like, a facelift.
Hopefully one day if they wanna add 2 New Yorkers, they can call us. One day, we're manifesting it, and
Yeah.
that's a whole 'nother topic for a whole 'nother day. You
Yeah.
and me, mindset,
Mhm. We
manifestation,
can get into that
exciting
for sure.
things we're working on, but I just wanna thank you so much for being here, for sharing your advice, your positive energy as always, and I hope that you'll come back,
Thank
and talk
you.
more, and if anyone wants to keep up with Sam, I'll put her socials on the notes of the episode, but you can follow her on SamSophisticate and samalyticse, both awesome, awesome accounts.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks everyone for listening, and as always, stay chic.